There we go, the Britishest clean shirt in my closet for this thumbnail change. Hey everyone, welcome to another installment of Fully Involved. Me, Mark, reacts to reviews of my EP. This is actually the second of 4 reviews that I'm going to be reacting to that have come out over the past couple of days or so. I talked about the LP clubs. It should be the previous video before this. There's also a playlist on the channel if you're interested in that. Just to sum up the disclaimers so it doesn't get too redundant. I'm tight with a lot of the music reviewing community on YouTube, but I know that a lot of them are really good at being impartial, so I am very confident that they'll be able to really give me some perspective on this project that I put out, which I am really proud of, but I do want to hear what other people think about it because it's a very insular process to make it. And I believe he did message me a couple of times saying he was really interested in what was coming on this thing, so hopefully I did him good. I'm going to be offering my thoughts on what he's saying, my own little insights and whatnot. Like with the previous one, I'm going to be putting it on 1.25 speed just for the sake of brevity. Rewind reviews, fully involved, insolence, let's get it!
Hey guys, what's up? It's Sean from Rewind Reviews here, and today it's time for a little bit of an EP.
Oh, and I should give some background on why this might be a conflict of interest. He actually collaborated with me on a couple of occasions. He was on an episode of the Mad Sounds podcast very, very early on, like the 1-year anniversary or so, and we did the Band of Skulls review together, and we've been generally tight since around mid-2014 or so. And yeah, I'm just gonna shut up now and let him say his piece.
Review. I don't do these very often, I think just mostly because EPs are kind of too short, and so I don't really feel like I have time to dedicate a full review to them, but I thought it would be good to do with this project.
See, if anything, the fact that it was so short at around 11 minutes, I felt a little bit more confident than when I put out that full-length album because, you know, it's less of a time commitment for people and they can make a shorter video out of it, like with what Ethan did with that 5-minute video, or like with the R2 coming up, where they're sort of part of a bundle of albums in a video sort of deal. So I mean, dude, the fact that you devoted was a bit over 8 minutes to this, gotta give you props for that. On that note, same with Music Forever too, by the way, his pushed like 10.
Now, for any of you out there watching this who don't already know, which is probably the majority of you, although it may not be, maybe only people are here because, you know, they know about this project already. Fully Involved is the pop...
I appreciate you giving credence to that, but, you know, let's wait a little bit to let crowd builds up. Man, I really gotta stop the self-deprecating thing. I'm just making a self-fulfilling prophecy here, but am I just lampshading that lampshading with this lampshading, and... Sorry, I just had a little momentary existential crisis there. Let's keep going.
Every track on this little 4-song EP here definitely just sounds better in terms of production and recording and mixing. Obviously, I could kind of talk about the improved sound quality of every song here, but that wouldn't really be all that interesting.
I appreciate that. Avoiding redundance. That's a sign that you're a good music reviewer on the YouTubes. Keep it up. I mean, you have been keeping it up. More than me. Why am I saying that?
Say that I think pretty much everything here has actually improved somewhat from the last project. Another thing that really kind of pushed me away from that last project was the singing, and you know, singing has never been Mark's strong suit, but I think on this new project right here, he finds the perfect balance between mitigating his lack of a great voice with, you know, emotion, and then also actually singing pretty well on songs like At Least You Have Your Health, which thrashes with a wild but justified anger that fits perfectly with the biting punk instrumental that drives the song along. I really love that track. And
content.
Songwriting, which was probably the best, or maybe, you know, more fittingly, least worst part of Learn Helplessness. It's consistently great.
You're not wrong.
Filling the EP with melodies that got into my head almost straight away and just kind of have stayed there and stayed memorable over the last couple of weeks as I've been listening to this EP.
That's my goal.
Kind of, you know, just on and off. Even the track here that is definitely my least favourite, 40 at 4, has a hook that I can easily remember and that I actually, you know, quite like. I think the song, to me, kind of has a really anticlimactic build-up. Felt like the song could have kind of ended at that last chorus and then we didn't need that kind of instrumental bit at the end. You know, I just didn't really think it was all that great.
That's fair. I definitely know what you mean there. A little behind-the-scenes tidbit. I was originally going to put like an acoustic outro at the end, which I might share a little bit of in a future video. I don't even know. I was also originally going to have like an kind of gang vocal thing in the latter half of it, but anything I tried with that, like in my head, just sounded kind of corny. So at the end, I figured the instrumental would be enough to suffice. I kind of understand if you might feel like it wasn't like a full climax like it could have been. I understand that.
However, the final track here and the title track as well, Insolence, pulls this building structure off
I love that SH thing, that little thing, making fun of people's speech patterns. It's what you expect on this channel. Come here for the mediocre reactions, stay for the harassment.
Seems to take aim at a really unsympathetic and unfair American healthcare system that seems to exacerbate the rage that fills this short EP in a really great way, especially on this last track.
I'm loving that all the interpretations are coming through in exactly the way I intended. Not to say that you can't have your own interpretations, but the fact that they can come through, that's a plus. It's a real boost of confidence in my word putting together abilities. Thank you for that, Sean.
It's 4 songs, clocking in at only 11 minutes. Obviously, that makes it a very easy to listen to EP that just kind of flies by, but it just kind of makes it difficult for me to conclude and, maybe slap a score on this when comparing it to, other things that I review.
I definitely understand that because, back in my music reviewing days, I would sometimes make a list of, like, my favorite EPs of the year. A lot of the time wouldn't give them proper, like, full reviews, even when I was doing a lot of those, just because it didn't really feel like as much of a full statement. And I feel like part of why this is so short is because, like, logistically, I did not want to make another full-length album. I feel like it is sort of a full-length kind of statement that's being made here, and if I added, like, another 2 or 3 tracks, it might have ended up feeling a little bit gimmicky, a little bit redundant with how niche the theme here is. But I definitely get where you're coming from as far as, judging just 4 songs versus a more fleshed out body of work. I definitely understand that.
If he can really, improve this much in that short period of time, then I'm just very excited to hear what he can do on the second EP that he has promised to release this year, which should, in a few months' time or whatever. And
I appreciate you giving the promo so I don't have to at this point in the video.
I'll certainly be expecting great things from it and definitely, checking it out and being excited for it and whatever. On Insolence, though, by Fully Involved, I'm feeling a strong 7 out of 10. But, of course, guys, that is all just my opinion.
Okay, I'm liking the range we've gotten so far. We've gotten 2 8s and we've gotten a 7. It's already averaging a couple points higher than it was before. It was more of a consistent string of 6s before. But yeah, there's a reason why I'm watching these videos in this order. Basically, I started with the one that I was feeling would be the most positive, and it's just going to get slightly less and less ego stroking as it goes along. You'll probably see that progression as we go along, or maybe not. I don't even know. Stay tuned, including me, because I don't actually know how this is going to go. That's kind of how this reaction thing works. It's a saturated market.
A lot of you guys maybe haven't heard of this EP if you are watching, which, maybe you won't be because my channel isn't, particularly big or active.
I mean, again, Ethan was making those self-deprecating comments. You're doing better on your channel than I am on Mad Sounds at the moment, formerly Spin It Reviews, so I don't think you have anything to worry about.
He is, kind of a friend and I want to see him do well, so give him $2 for it or whatever, or just listen to it, I don't care. It's not mine. This is...
I'm not sure you're the one to make that decision there. I'm the one in this college dorm without a job. But I appreciate the sentiment, and, you guys can listen to it on Spotify or just stream it on Bandcamp. I won't hate you for it. You basically just spend the $2 or do that full-on deal if you actually like it, basically. I feel like that's a good philosophy anyway.
Not a free advertising service.
Oh, dang it. He got to the joke before me. Why don't I... Maybe if you let people finish their fucking sentences for once in your fucking life, you stammering, interrupting piece of shit.
Thank you so much for watching the video. Have an absolutely fantastic day, and hopefully I will see you all again very soon.
Oh, I'm digging the deep fried meme version of the album cover there. I love that. If you guys ever make like a bass boosted, like, I don't know, vaporwave remix of it, that'll probably be the ninth circle of hell. But let's take like a good like square crop of the corner there and make that happen. Thank you, Sean, for doing that. Obviously I only took small clips of this, the parts that I was actually reacting to. I'll link the full review in the description along with this channel. Actually, that would be kind of redundant. It's on his channel, so I'll just link the video. Of course, if you guys haven't heard Insolence, definitely recommend listening to that if you want to know what the hell they're talking about here. $2 on Bandcamp, or again, there are a couple of places you can stream it as well. And then yeah, the next 2 I'm recording are the big ones, ARTV and Spectrum Pulse. So yeah, that should be fun. Bye.